Thank you for joining us again on the Climb and Solve the program this morning on ITV. And we have our discourse and still in the studio. And we have the legal practitioner, Comrade Cosmos Irabo, with us. And of course, Professor Gospa Ekobase, who is a lecturer at University of Benin and a computer scientist. And also we have Dr. Presley Osemige, who is also a lecturer at University of Benin and is an economist. We are on the topic, TINUBU'S palliatives, tackling tough times, and there has been various viable objectives that have been raised as a way of tackling these issues. We raised this subject of, cost of governance that is still skyrocketing, and the need to have a lean cost in order for us to be able to tackle the issues headlong. Now, we had Dr. Presley Osemige talking about the Benin-Auchi Road, which is a scare. We also have that of the Ovia Bridge, Benin-Lagos Road, which is a scare. And even the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, has said that several efforts for them to even embark on palliative measures or even make a reconstruction of the roads have proved futile, where the federal government, denied them of it, even using the military to prevent them from working on it. Now, these are death traps, and the federal government is not tackling it. So, how do we tackle this? A situation where it falls on the purview of the federal government. The federal government is not even allowing the state government to do it. It puts us in a hole, in a doldrum, where it seems government is not working. Take it from there while we allow Professor Ekobase to react to it.
You see, like I said earlier, it's really funny and sad that people who came into power with martyrs, using corruption, that they came to fight corruption, they came to fight, what is again? To repair the security, economy. And those three things are things they are using to punish the masses. You can imagine, like you said, people have died on that road, yet they are playing politics with it. They think when the road is bad, people will attribute it to failure of the governor. And with that, they can get political gains. Is it not shameful? Souls. How many years has that road been like that? Nothing done about it. You say you award contract. If you award contract, if you actually awarded the contract to a contractor, and the contractor is not doing anything, then what do you do to the contractor? Then when you talk of contract, there's time specification, there's a matter and everything. You are not doing anything. You say you awarded the contract. Okay, this man says, let me fix it. Before you fix the federal government road, you will apply. They will give you the specification and everything. Let me fix it. You refused. And people ignorantly are saying the government is not doing anything. Sapler Road is bad. These are federal government roads. And they refuse this man doing it. And they are happy about it. Because they are, tagging the governor bad. Let me say react to what my brother said. The professor. I'm not a professor. Like I said, I'm a layman in the field. When you talk of crude, does the government pay $1 kobo, dollars or naira, for crude to be refined? What normally transpires is like butter. They take the crude in excess. By the time refined, they bring part of it. The other one excess becomes the money for it.
The professor is saying no to that. He doesn't seem to agree with you.
No, indeed. My right. Barrister is very right.
Okay, he has the floor. He has the floor.
I'm just providing information.
I want people to take note of that.
I am just providing information.
So it is not as if we pay cash. That's my own understanding. I stand to be corrected anyway.
Correct. You're right, sir. You're right, sir. I know that.
Then another thing we are talking, he is saying that we should kill ourselves for those who are there, the National Assembly, the Executive and National Assembly, to be high up there.
He didn't say so.
No, why he said that? No, I'm saying the way he said it.
I did not say so.
That for these people to be there, we should sacrifice for them.
I never even said so.
That is what I understand from what he's saying.
Okay, that's the conclusion you are drawing.
Because he also mentioned that.
Mention of
because yes, he mentioned the royal and said he preferred to wear rag.
It wouldn't be wrong if we
wear rag for the royal
for the senators. But they should be respected.
They should be respected.
Yes. Yes,
they should be careful.
But not necessarily in your words.
No, when I use it to the extent at which Nigerians are suffering now.
With a little bit of hyperbolical.
Yeah, if you say so. People who already have money use their money to, force themselves, some of them, force themselves into political offices. And then you are not saying you want us that you say you want to serve, because I believe that the president is the chief servant of the masses. That's where it's supposed to be. Then you are flying everywhere, spending money. Your vehicles are free, like I said earlier. Your feeding is free, and everything you say you feel the body. Which body are you feeling?
Okay.
You are not feeling anything.
Okay.
The masses are there suffering.
Let Professor react to it. Professor, please, don't forget the bad roads.
Yes.
You may mention the fact that, yes, that the federal government is doing this, is doing that. We are not seeing it on the roads, or we are not seeing enough of it in our roads.
We are not sincere if we are not seeing it on the roads.
Oh, really?
Because, yes, the Benin-Lagos
we're not seeing enough of it.
Okay, I like that. If you're not seeing enough of it, because, and it's never enough. Man's need is insatiable. As you meet need A, that need A you met will create another higher need B. It's normal trend. That is why even in US, the American citizens still complain. Their government is not doing.
But not of roads.
I'm coming.
No,
They're not there.
sir.
Their government is not doing.
But not on roads.
No,
I agree with you.
You are not there.
On roads.
You are not there.
Not on housing, not on
I think
food.
I have the
Food
floor.
and cheap.
Yes, you have the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. I
You have
just
the floor,
provide
Professor.
information, sir.
Not, and there is always a need. Man's need is insatiable. That is clear. A man that has one car. You see, there's one thing I taught my children and I teach myself. Even when I came from a very humble home, I never envied anybody that is up there. And economists will agree with me that you get, the more you contribute, the more you should get. I should not earn as much as my vice chancellor earn. It's witchcraft. If I want to earn as much as my VC earn, it's witchcraft. If I want to live the life of my VC, it's witchcraft. And if a cleaner in my department wants to, you see, if I mention my salary to my cleaner, he will say, what are you doing with the money? It's not the same market me and the cleaner is going to. The same thing he will say.
Of course, yes.
We should calm down. But you see what? That money of that cleaner, he will use it. Why I will go and buy my beer, anything, and drink. A big man will go and buy the one. So we should calm down. That's why I've used the word calm down. That's
why
envy.
a poor man will buy ogogoro?
Ogogoro and drink. That's envy doesn't come.
So there are levels.
There are levels. And why I'm driving my poor Camry.
But how do we build how do we close these levels?
See,
how do we build an egalitarian
what
society?
we say we should do is
close the gaps between the rich and the poor, because it's really creating
exactly
big problems.
what this regime is out to do. By one, removing subsidy. Two, making sure the parallels, the market, dollar market is the same. We cannot attract companies, attract investors, and that will now create industry, will now be a private-driven economy. And when we become a private-driven economy, you will now see that everybody will be engaged.
Okay, but the government seems not to be looking at the direction of the small scale businesses. Now, there is need for us to keep not only the small and scale businesses afloat, but there's also need for us to, the government to bring intervention funds that will help them improve capacity in production levels.
Yes.
And isn't the government supposed to look in that
direction?
Because if you are talking about palliatives,
have you heard
it would be wrong of us if we are talking about palliatives for the poorest of the poor. I'm not talking about how to sustain the small scale
Have you heard about the infrastructure intervention recently that the president and the state government agreed?
Speak to it.
You see, what government does in a balanced economy, a sound economy, is that they will provide the enabling environment, one, and the infrastructure. And now, from this money, I'm informing the world that the governors agree that all the money, 1.9 trillion that they got in June, all of them should not be shared. And they have agreed to embark on what we call infrastructural interventions across states and local governments.
So the small businesses are captured?
Are captured. And when they are even talking about farmers, where the roads from farm to market.
Exactly.
We should read them well.
Exactly.
We should read them well. Journalists, please, you people should help educate these masses. And this thing,
that's what we are doing here.
Yes,
that's why we have this podium. That's why I invited you to speak to the issues.
Yes, I'm telling the world that if you look at these documents, was out last week. And it was across parties, APC governors, PDP governors, even Labour Party governors. And they agreed that the intervention has to come infrastructure-wise. And they have released money for that. And you cannot just...
We expect it trickles down.
Yeah, it will trickle down because we should hold our governors and local government responsible. Otherwise, it will not trickle down. Like in Edo State, for example, I'm not here to criticize any government. For many years, we have not had local governments. And how can it trickle down election? How can it trickle down? When it's been, you see, I don't like criticism. You see, we should take note that everything is not 54% of the money is going to federal, and the remaining 46 or thereabout goes to state and local government. And we should hold our state and local government responsible for many things. And if you ask a question about road, I was just laughing. Recently, or not, Buhari gave Rivers State some money for road maintenance, federal government road maintenance. We should be ashamed of ourselves as a state that successive government over time did not say, let us put our people
Okay, but that is not the crux for today.
That's not the crux for today.
I don't have the right panelists to discuss that.
That's why I was silent about it when they digress, because today you sent me a text this morning. It's about palliatives.
Of course, yes. Strictly
about palliatives. So there's infrastructural interventions already. In the last NEC meeting chaired by the Vice President Shetima, who's an agriculturist, an agricultural economist, a sound and intelligent guy who schooled both in the north and in the west, University of Ibadan. We should not look down on them because they are politicians and they went to seek for votes. Shetima is extremely intelligent. He was a lecturer. Okay. And a person that schooled in the north and came to do his master's in UI. It's not a dance. Okay. We should calm down.
Let's look at the roads. I don't know if you've tweeted that.
Yes.
Let's look at the roads, for instance.
The roads.
And the cries of the governor.
Palliatives.
Look at over the federal government not allowing the state
to
intervene in that.
I don't want to go into that. Because when that is the person that the Oba doesn't deny his words, doubt his words. If he lie on you, you are in trouble. So what am I trying to say? The president, the governor spoke. Did the president speak to that matter? I believe in balancing. That is the law, what the law does. I cannot comment on that until after the government has spoken, the federal government will not speak. I cannot say yes. You are saying it to protect your interest. If the other one come to also talk and open up the can, you may be surprised. So I always advise my children, never judge hearing from one side, and I therefore will not comment on that.
Well, I take you on that.
Yes.
We still have the bad roads.
Yes.
And you agree that these roads are
we have bad roads across state and local government bad roads.
No. You agree that these roads are federal government roads?
Many roads are some roads are federal government
road. Is it the state road?
No.
The Benin Lagos Road, is it?
Government house. Avenue.
We don't need the federal government.
Is flooded.
We don't need the federal government to react.
I said
the problem is glaring us in the face.
Osadebe Avenue is flooded. Go to government house. I drove through there after 4 brigade. It's flooded.
Is the road bad?
If it's not bad, how is it flooded? So if how can you say a road is not bad and it is flooded? I tell the governor today.
If the road is flooded,
yes.
It could be for a good reason.
No, it's always,
it could be that the governor has a lot to do in terms of helping the masses, in terms of bringing about, ameliorating the plight of the citizens, as compared to what is in the front of his gate. So if the governor is not even having the time on his own gate,
my road to my house myself.
That is even a plus to the governor.
I grade the road to my house myself. So I end it. Communities contribute money to grade their roads. So we're not talking about that. We are saying that, was that road incommunicado like that?
But they asked a vital question. If the road is bad.
The road is bad and should be repaired.
If the
road is not bad, it will not be repaired.
Wait, is there pothole?
The road has to be bad before it was repaired. Okay, was the road incommunicado like that?
The flooding needs to be rechanneled.
You say what?
The flooding needs to be channeled. The flood on that road needs to be channeled.
Yeah,
that makes it bad.
Yeah, of course it's bad.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that for you to say Benin Auchi Road is bad, incommunicado, was it like that? Federal government over years, across from Goodluck time down, there's a ministry in charge of road maintenance. I think it's called NEMA. Instead of us to cry out to certain arm of government for negligence, we will believe that we emotionally, like me, in my area, I cry out to those involved.
Okay. You still have the floor. I want you to speak to the issue. You made mention of the roads, like the flooded road to Osadebe
Avenue.
Now, is that killing lives?
Is that killing? Before, nice. Even when roads,
we have, which one is worse off?
Died in US in motor accident.
Which one is worse off?
I said,
we have the Benin of your bridge.
Was it not repaired by good luck government? Let us calm down. That bridge, let us calm down. That bridge, that road. Let us not deceive ourselves. Driving from, if you go to Lagos, from Benin to Lagos, you will see that the Edo State arm is very good. Edo State arm is very good. Now, when you come to the bridge, some parts there are spoiled. Federal government will not award that bridge maintenance as a contract. There are some minimum money government cannot do. NEMA is to maintain those failed portions. Let us get this really clear. Federal government will not come, federal government in NEC meeting and approve that certain part of that bridge is bad, though, they should go and approve money to do. No, that is not federal government. Though it's federal government rule. There's a ministry, NEMA, that is giving petty money to do some petty job. They are failed in their responsibility, and the governor has the power.
Who takes the blame?
The government is the local government. Look, who takes the blame?
No. Who takes the blame?
I want to tell you now.
You are saying the federal government has given that, but it's still not done. So who takes the blame?
I'll tell you who takes the blame. Number one, there is somebody representing the constituency in that area, and he has cried out in National Assembly. Number two, there's a local government in that area that will cry to NEMA. Also, there's a state government that will cry to NEMA before even the federal government. Now, NEMA is in charge.
So are you saying those who cry out take the blame?
No. Those who
eventually take the blame?
Those who should take the blame,
yes,
should be NEMA. That is the agency.
Is NEMA an arm
of
the federal government or state?
The federal agency.
Okay.
If police is doing something, you shall not give the blame to presidency. Presidency is also an arm of government. It's a part of government, just like NEMA, just like police, just like judiciary. So what I'm trying to say is that if I'm a federal staff, if we are doing something wrong, maybe we are extorting students in our university, you will still blame presidency again. Though it's happening, if I fail in my job, like after now I'm going for class and I don't go to my class, I don't teach, I don't do anything, you will blame federal government again because I'm a federal worker.
But the onus lies on the university, you know, to blame whoever is responsible.
We should blame.
The onus lies on the federal government to also put
federal
questions
government will not even know what, for example, what is happening in the University of Benin. No, I don't have the floor. Let me make anything clear, please. Federal government may not even know what is happening in the University of Benin. It is left for the masses to hold the lecturers responsible to their what is wrong. And by the time they cry out, federal government cannot be aware. Okay. And so we should be up to our responsibility. So if I now fail in my duty and start extorting money for students, for example, you should not cry out and say federal government is bad. It is me. Just
like the challenge we have in Benin Auchi Road, for
example. Yeah, so it is me that is bad. That's why I'm portioning the blame to the rightful agency, NEMA.
Okay.
And if we cry out on NEMA more, then you suppose that may even lead to a dismissal.
Okay, thank you.
Of the state.
Let's get your reactions. Let's get reactions from you, Dr. Presley, and of course, Cosmo Zirabo.
Yeah, I think this issue of road maintenance, we should be responsible and all of that. And I pray every day that we should not be a victim, or we should not have a relative or people who are close to us who should be a victim. When it comes to the issue of life, government should take responsibility. Now, this issue of Iwanchi and even this bridge has taken lives. That alone should spur the federal government to pay attention to that. The mere fact that a lot of family, people that were traveling, died by 11 or so or more, died on that road, is it enough for government that has sympathy to say, oh, let us address this issue, or call the so-called NEMA, whoever is responsible, to say, oh, I want this road fixed immediately. As I speak to you, despite the death trap, despite the life that have been lost, nothing has been done on that road. Let me come back to the issue, our discussion. Prof said something I said even in the US, that, oh, somebody lost their life.
Yes.
Sir, to this list of the villages, to the least village in US, the roads are tied.
When last have you been there? When last have you been there? Yes, sir. When last have you been there?
Recently, sir.
There's no need for us to compare. That's a development policy. It's beyond the
villages in US.
I'm telling you what I know.
Villages are better than it doesn't know that. We should not say that.
No, but I'm telling you what I know.
Up to the villages, they are tied. The list.
How? Prof, I'm telling you what you know. So when you say, I'm coming, I still have before. Because when he said the issue of, oh, even in the US, it's a lie. Let me tell you, when it comes to the issue of light power, The entire household in US,
there's no basis of comparison.
We'll
be wasting time if we compare.
He's saying that what?
Okay, we'll be wasting time if we
But
compare.
they're not available now. When it comes to infrastructure, the roads,
But Professor Koba said, even if there are differences,
I have the floor, sir.
the challenges of roads that you may see there will be very, very minimal.
Can I finish?
No, you are not
So
there.
the
You are not there.
integrity of
You are
roads,
not
the
there.
integrity of
It's
roads,
not there.
They should go
the
there and live
credibility.
here.
I have
I'm
been
telling
there.
you, I've been there.
Okay.
Don't accuse
You
me,
go and
sir.
stay there.
I said, yes, I will stay.
Stay there and
Let
live
me
here
tell you,
for us.
number
We are
two.
here.
I'm coming, sir. Let me just pass
Econo
on. I think
Omayo.
that's
You have 1 minute left.
See, Owa no Omayo,
I'm
where
telling
my name
you.
is.
So, it's a shame for us to say only in Nigeria that we are still battling the issue of road infrastructure, that our roads are a problem. Long time ago, we should have gone past the issue of road. The issue of road, electricity, food should not be the issue now.
Thank you.
Now, let me round up and summarize the issue of palliative. We want a responsible government. Take up this issue. I made mention of the fact that before you carry out an operation, you must have given something to cushion the pain. And after the process, and there's also a pain, treatment will also follow, drugs will also be given to sustain the pain. The pain should not just remain. After more than 60 days, government is yet to decide.
Thank you.
Come up. Let me land up. Let me land on that issue. Very critical. To come up with an issue of palliative, where already the common man, the average man in the streets, poverty has been increased from about over 80 million.
Thank you.
An additional 100 million have been added. And yet, we are waiting for government to say, for over 60 years,
Thank you.
they are still deliberating.
You've articulated your point.
Shame.
Cosmo Sirabo, please
Shame,
speak to the issues.
Please, I will first of all want to talk about the roads, issue of roads. You see, at times I become a little worried.
It's road
Listen,
These
you
are the
talk
challenges we
about
have.
the roads.
A lot of persons have even said that instead of giving these palliatives, let them walk on the roads.
You tell us overnight.
Wait, listen. Like I am on the floor. I'm on the floor now. You see, it pains me that at times we will want party. We will bring a party over and above the lives of the people. It is sad.
You are the one
Very, very
party.
sad.
You are the one
You see,
politics.
look at that road has, especially that Biniauchi, Abuja road. We know the number of lives that place has killed. We are talking of FEMA. FEMA works under who? Do you know that the citizens of in this place, what do you call it, Ekpoma residents, Ekpoma citizens had blocked that road at time for a whole week. And it was on air. And you say FEMA did not hear? So what are we saying? We know the truth. We are trying to play politics with it.
Play politics with truth.
The state government, listen, this is,
Okay.
forget about that one. We're talking about the issue here now.
Your closing remarks in 1 minute.
The governor has gone there to complain, even along the Sapler road. Who has no complaint? Even of recent, I even watched Showman, former governor of Edo State, complaining too. House of Rep members have all said it. But they are playing politics with it. And here we are saying the same thing, playing politics with lives.
Okay, the way forward.
The way forward is simple. The government that pretends to be progressive have not turned out to be retrogressive. And we are begging them to preach, to do what they preach. Tar roads, you brought hardship on the people.
Okay.
People are dying on daily basis.
Okay.
You are not saying that you want to bring palliative?
Okay, I think
Repair the refineries.
Professor Kobase, please react to all the statements in 2 minutes.
I think we have to correct some. We should not come here and make statements we cannot defend. Like talking about
Spurious statements.
spurious statements. I think we are on air and we should guide our statement because I think everything we say here is not ITV that is responsible. We are responsible.
Yeah, personally.
So we should be careful how we talk to. That's why you see even the governor issue. I was just.
Okay. You have 1 minute.
So what I'm trying to say in essence is one. Experts world over has agreed subsidy will go. The Bible said in the end time, difficult time to deal with will be near. The words, those that put their confidence in government or in man, I pity them because the Bible said, woe unto those that put their trust in man. Government will come, government will go, but end time is end time.
So we should not trust the government.
So what
That's
I'm saying is that I trust God, not man.
Okay.
I trust God, not man. I support government to succeed. Palliative is not a solution. It is something given to
Thank you very much.
to
Thank you.
alleviate
Thank you. Thank you.
It should be seen like that.
Thank you, Professor Gospower Ekwobase, computer scientist and lecturer at University of Benin. Thanks for taking our time to be part of this. And of course, Dr. Presley Osemige, lecturer at University of Benin. Thanks so much. And of course, articulate legal practitioner, comrade Cosmos Irabo. Thanks for taking out the pains to be here. They took out a lot, you know, to come here in spite of the petrol hike, and I must say big thanks for that. Well, there's the much we can take, but just to let you know that the opinions shared on this platform are opinions of the makers and on that of independent television. I am Philip Omo Yupon. See you on the other side. Goodbye.